Hi kids, it's Mr. Edwich. We're here for Math Minute 32, I believe, but I'm going to turn my pages and check it out just to make sure. Yes, we are on 32. So I'm going to put my name at the top. I will get it paused, zoomed in, and we will get started. Number one, write the fraction that names the shaded position. They do have a line here, but they don't give you that much space. So I'm going to tell you just put a box on top for the numerator or the top number and a box on the bottom for the denominator or the number on the bottom. And I'm also going to tell you that they don't have the shaded squares in any kind of sequence, and that's okay. Doesn't matter if they're all in a row horizontally, if they're all in a row vertically, if they're diagonal. Whatever is shaded still counts as the numerator. And then again, the denominator, the bottom number, is the total number of squares. This is an angle, true or false. Number 3 says 36 divided by 4. 4 is 6 times 6 and 5. The perimeter of the shape is 20, and I will just remind you that perimeter is like the fence line or the outside wall. So the perimeter is the lines that go around the shape, and they give you the length of the lines next to each line segment. So a side is 5, side is 5, side is 5, side is 5. If you add them all together, you will end up getting the perimeter. Go ahead and pause your video and finish these up, and then come back, check your work. We'll go through 6 through 10 and do the same thing, and you'll be all set. Thanks, kids. And coming back, the shaded portions, there are 4 of them. So 4 is my numerator or my top number. And then the unshaded are, I guess, the total portions. Sorry, I misspoke there. The total portions are 12. There are 12 total squares if you count them up. So the 12 total squares is the denominator or the number on the bottom. Your fraction is 4/12. That's how you say that, 4/12. This is an angle, false. This is not an angle, this is a circle. An angle is when 2 line segments, or lines are raised, and we'll get into that, meet at one singular point and then extend from there. So an angle could be this, or an angle could look like this, and really there's any number of them, but there are really 3 types of angles, and I'll just tell you those briefly so that we're familiar with them. This is an acute angle. It means an angle that is less than 90 degrees. So this is kind of small. This arc in the middle is kind of small. This is a right angle. And a right angle is what you would find on a square or a rectangle. In this one, this angle here we call an obtuse angle. And that's an angle that is bigger than 90 degrees. So there are 3 kinds of angles that we're going to be looking at. Acute, smaller than 90 degrees. Right, 90 degrees. And obtuse is greater than 90 degrees. So if you don't understand all that right now, you'll continue to hear them, so don't worry too much about it. But I just wanted to say that out loud so you could get a feel for what we'll be doing in geometry when we get there. 36 divided by 36 divided by 4. Your quotient, your answer, should be 9. Remember, the answer to a division problem is called the quotient. So if you ever see this on your MCAs or in any assignment, this means division. Number 4, 6 times 6 is 36. And number 5, the perimeter of the shape is 20. That's true. If I add up 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 more, I come up with 20. Or if you didn't do all this, that's fine. You just say 5, 10, 15, 20, and you're good. But the perimeter of the shape is 20. Number 6, 12 divided by 3. Just to remind you, when you see this, you kind of got to flip them around, because this is kind of a funny little division symbol. So you actually say it backwards. 12 divided into equal groups of 3. 12 divided into equal groups of 3. Number 7, the expanded form of 432. 8, 24 plus 38. 9, 63 minus 28. Number 10, Mark bought 18 gummy bears. He gave 9 of them to his brother. How many gummy bears did Mark keep for himself? Go ahead and pause your video and finish those up, and then come back, check your work. I'll give you one last glimpse of it, and we'll be all set for Math Minute for today. To answer number 6, I start by making groups of 3 until I get to 12. There's one group of 3. 2 groups of 3 is 6. 3 groups of 3 is 9. 4 groups of 3 is 12. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. My quotient, my answer is 4. And again, my quotient, my answer is 4. And you didn't have to write this or this out, but I do want to point out again that when you write a division problem this way, your quotient goes on the top. Okay, and we'll get more specific with that later, but for now, you just need to make sure that number is on the top. Number 7, the expanded form of 432 is 400 plus 30 plus 2. Number 8, 24 plus 38 is 62. Number 9, 63 minus 28 is 35. A reminder here again, show your regrouping. Sometimes when kids get a little more confident with their math, they stop showing that stuff. That's fine, but it also can be bad in the sense that if for whatever reason you do end up making a mistake and you haven't showed your regrouping, when you go back to redo that problem, you can actually create more work for yourself, because you're going to have to erase numbers and different things like that. So it just makes it a little harder to redo. Regardless, just show your regrouping, okay? It doesn't take very long. Just make sure you put it up there. It helps me also see what you've done and how you got your answer if you did get it wrong. So there's a reason for this. We don't just tell you to do it for fun. And finally, number 10, 9 gummy bears. I'm going to cut it off there without explanation because this one's getting a little longer. I hope you have great days. There are only 4 days left, only 3 more math minutes online, and we will be back at school. Thanks, kids. I hope you have great days.